The band wasn't any good, but it was loud. Music he didn't care about from musicians he didn't care about rattled around in Zene Morley's head until he couldn't think, and that was good. He wasn't in the bar to think. He sat on a bar stool, shallow breathing with his brain. An electroencephalogram would have shown that, except for the energy it took to heft the stein, he was at the reptilian level. He should have registered with City Light as an energy-saving device. If he ever figured out a way to market himself, he could be rich, but he wasn't rich. Zene didn't take up much space or consume a lot of resources. He liked it that way, except for the beer. With the beer, the more he drank, the better he felt. He sat on the bar stool like he had been born and raised there. When other kids were riding tricycles, Zene was practicing his dismount on the kitchen stool. At 7, he was an expert at it. For 6 hours he had been drinking, one beer after another at a pace that wasn't wearing the bartender's arm out, but wouldn't allow her to run off to the Bahamas between schooners. The last words he had uttered were "Red Hook," 5 hours and 55 minutes before, and now, unless the laws of physics no longer applied, he was going to fall off the stool. He leaned, the leaning tower of Morley, his center of gravity shifting. He'd flop onto the floor and disappear in the peanut shells. "Last one, Zene." Patty was a large, coarse, and strong woman who had seen drunks in all sizes and shapes, and there wasn't one of them who scared her. She didn't think she had seen everything. She did not believe that Jesus was coming. She did not believe that the earth was flat. Men came into the bar and amazed her with their stupidity and with the filth they spoke when they thought they were an inch away from going down on her. She didn't go to church on Sunday, and she didn't feel guilty about it. A woman had to earn a living. With 2 fingers, she lifted Zene's empty glass. She didn't refill it. She wiped the bar with 4 emphatic swipes of a bar cloth that had soaked up more than a few suds, and which in her hands became a weapon. She was a realist who knew when a drunk was running on fumes and wasn't afraid to say so. If they didn't like her voice, she let the towel talk to their eyes. If they still didn't see the point, she grabbed them by the scruff and tossed them out. Zene didn't give her any grief. He studied the jet-black hair piled up on her head, surveyed the lines at the corners of her eyes. The mask shielded her mouth, hid her lips. Masks did that. She was not beautiful, nor was she unattractive, 2 very different propositions. Zene would have taken one of 2 things, another beer or a roll in the hay with her. In his sud-soaked state, he understood the glint of cruelty in her eyes, and he knew the chances of getting either were absolute 0. Her eyes broke men's hearts every day. He scooped up his change and stepped out into the night. He heard her say, "If ever a man was tanked." He took the hard way home, lining up with the curb and hoping he didn't hit any trees. If he did, he didn't care. He didn't care about anything, nothing. There was caring, and there was nothingness, and right then he tended toward nihilism. It was a socially irresponsible position, but it was less complicated than carrying the burden of secular involvement. He tried to remember the last time he got involved, but it took a lot of effort that otherwise could have been expended in walking straight, so he gave it up.